Hey folks, Pickleball Librarian here. I'm going to talk about shoes, but first I want to thank ProLite for these wonderful shirts. They're 50% cotton and 50% poly, but wow, they're so soft and comfy to wear. Walter here, this handsome young man, is wearing Caribbean blue. I have an orange one, and welcome to the gun show. And we also have a gray one too that's available too. And they retail for $20 on the ProLite website. So thank you, ProLite. Now on to our message. Thank you, sir. All right. So I want to get serious about shoes, all right? I mean, the Tyrol Pickleball shoes, which I highly recommend, they are a little pricey. But, you know, there's also low-budget shoes. If you watch our first series on shoes, I mean, I talked about tennis shoes and also just regular court shoes like basketball and volleyball. Some of those you can get around $50. So, I mean, those were what I recommend. Now, a lot of times when I'm at a rec center, especially sometimes I stop by a senior center and watch a lot of play and share a lot of what we do at Pickleball Librarian. And I see a shoe like this, a running shoe. This has been worn outside. I see that too. And I've also seen accidents. So what happens is you're wearing a running shoe that you may have been gardening, you may have been walking it outside, it picks up dirt. It is not smooth. So when you're on a surface like wood, it slides. I mean, and you're going and, you know, you slide and then eventually your shoe gets caught and you stumble. I mean, it's a stability issue. You don't have good stability. You don't have good traction. So my advice is, you know, it's a good idea if you're playing indoors to get a shoe that you only wear for that use because it's going to have clean. Or maybe wipe the bottoms off with a wet cloth or something, a wet paper towel to get that traction back. Now, one more thing about this shoe. This is a running shoe, and running and walking shoes have an elevated heel. The purpose of that is to cause you to move forward, to propel you forward. You do not want that when you're playing pickleball because sometimes you have to move forward and back and you have to move side to side. I mean, imagine running to the kitchen and this is propelling you forward and you stop. You end up in the non-volley zone and faulting. So you don't want that. So get a shoe that has a clean bottom. Like I say, a trip to the ER can be kind of expensive. So getting a nice new $50 shoe is not a bad idea. That's my advice. And also, you know, like I said, a court shoe, you can see here, it doesn't have as high of a heel. In fact, the heel's not that high, and this is well balanced. When I wear it, I don't feel like I'm propelled forward. I have a very neutral. It's in my motion, and this is also good for lateral and forward motions. So anyway, be safe when you're playing pickleball. You know, it may cost a little money, but if you're only wearing that shoe inside, it's going to last for a very long time. And you're going to be safer and you're not going to fall. And when I do that, everyone laughs at me. So I don't want that to happen. So anyway, be safe. This message is Pickleball Librarian approved.